blastmusic247.com. We're changing the industry one artist at a time.
In the center.
What's going on, everybody? Let me turn this down a little bit.
Hey.
Yeah, there we go. Happy Friday to everybody. Welcome to the center. I'm your boy, David. Got my homegirl, Sharita, and my man, Jokey, in the building. Family, how it do?
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
Man, I can't
how
call
y'all
it.
Feeling today?
I'm good.
I'm a little down, been a lot of deaths happening this weekend. My partner is he has dementia, so he's mentally unstable. So I've been going through a lot of stress these last few days.
Sorry to hear that, bro.
Yeah.
My deepest condolences.
Thank you.
Man, this was a long week. I don't know what it was. It was just a really challenging week. So we're here. We're Friday. Hopefully we're going to relax and just, refresh ourselves and start a new day.
It's definitely been a long week for me.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But God is good all the time. And
all the time, God is good.
Thank you.
Always with the right message. He always has the right message. That's the right message.
No doubt. So, Sharita, I actually had a question I wanted to ask you.
What's up?
This year, I noticed you had a particular interest in the Grammys. What was it about the Grammys this year that really had you hone in on what was going on and who was getting nominated?
Well, to some folks' dismay, but to my pleasure, Andre 3000 was nominated for a Grammy for his instrumental flute album.
Dope.
And I really don't know why people wouldn't be happy about that. I mean, I think that people can try something new, and if it works, hey, let it work. And it's not you. So why do I'm learning that if somebody don't like something, it's not even my business. And I guess that's why he appears unbothered, because you haven't heard him say anything, respond to anything in regard to what people are saying about his nomination. He's just excited about it. He's made a tremendous amount of money. I would be scared to say that he's made as much money on this instrumental flute album that he made as a member of Outkast.
Yeah.
I mean, they're really raving over this album.
I feel like you can't control what people gonna like. You can't get mad if people like, I don't understand it. Musicians, a lot of people want to paint a narrative. Hip hop has always been about expression. You know what I'm saying? So you're not a true hip hop fan if you want to judge somebody based on their musical scale knowledge, or what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Just like folks had an opinion. I'm not going to go too far from the Grammys because I want to make a couple more points about that.
Okay.
But whenever I heard an echo, that's why I lost my train of thought. But,
I know.
Let me see. What was I going to say? Yep, Kanye West. You know, we know old Kanye. We all loved old Kanye. And, you know, we know some things happen with Kanye. And he has challenges in life just like all of us. But you shouldn't frustrate yourself with the thing that Kanye West is doing. You know, he's been talking about God from the start. Isn't that how he got started? Jesus Walks. That's what put him on the map with John Legend, right? So he's talking about God from the beginning. A lot of people talking about, oh, you know, he's now talking about God, but he's doing crazy things. But guess what? He's sorting out his life. Like, I just lost my mother in May, and it devastated me. And if I know, I'm not saying the same thing, but if he loved his mama like I love my mama, I understand. I understand why you went a little haywire. And even still, he became a billionaire in the process. Even still, he has joint custody of his children. Even still, he's making music. And even in spite, excuse me, guys.
Why
Even in spite,
Oops.
Yeah, I have like a different spin on it. I feel like he caused a lot of his own. Like when you include politics and religion is two things. That's two things that is always going to be controversial. So when you choose the latter of both, and you have to take what comes with the controversy. You have to take the good and bad when it comes to the controversial stance. That's just
one second, Josie. Sharita, you'll need to jump out. It killed your vocals when the phone dropped. Just jump out of the room and come back in. Yeah, as you were saying.
Yeah, I was saying that when you take a controversial stance, because two things that's always going to bring controversy is music. I mean, religion and politics. So you chose to touch on both. I mean, religion and politics. You chose to touch on both. So that's, I mean, you got to take what comes with that.
Right.
You got to take, I mean, hey, when you stand out on opinion like that, you have to stand the 10 toes down all the way. Like whether you're going to get opposition or not. If you believe in something enough to promote it and put it to the forefront, I feel like he did that to himself. Like, hold
on, Sharita. Check your phone to make sure you're not muted. Because for whatever reason, I can't hear you.
Mine was going off and on something too, but it stopped.
Nope. Still not hearing you. Where's your mic when it comes to your headset? It's on a lapel? Pull the cable out and plug it back in and see if that does it. That's weird. All right.
How about now?
Yeah, I got you. I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, great. But to bounce off of what you said, Jokey, these people that are, I don't want to even say it, but I'm gonna say it. The people that voted for Donald Trump, they're in that tax bracket, and they're gonna stand to get the tax breaks that they're talking about. And I mean, I guess, you know, if you were in that state and that tax bracket, why wouldn't you? And that's the only thing that I can conceive that would be beneficial to anyone who did vote for him that has that type of money.
1 second. Jokey.
Yeah.
Turn your phone horizontally, because I think your sound is ricocheting into your mic. Let me see if that's better. I'm still hearing feedback. That was me. That was just muting you while we were talking, so it wouldn't be.
Trust me, I see the mute button coming on and off. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still the same thing?
it's feeding back strong today. I don't know, but don't worry. I'll just go in and out just to try to control the feedback. But I'm watching where she's about to finish, so I take off your mic in case you want a rebuttal or whatever. Right then, all right.
Okay.
We're gonna make do just for today, and then we'll figure everything out next time.
All right.
No problem.
All right. Technical difficulties, the everyday thing. It is what it is. So, tell me, did you get to really touch your Grammy aspect? Yes, Sharita, because you did say for Andre you were happy.
I was going to mention that, of course, Common and Pete Rock were nominated.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very pleased about that. I know they're pleased about their effort. The project is a solid project, in my opinion, and it really makes me feel good about adult hip hop. The genre of hip hop, they call it rap, and then of course there's subgenres. But knowing rap and hip hop the way that we know rap and hip hop, it's as close as we're gonna come when it comes to projects like theirs or like MC Lights or L Cool J's. Even Curtis Blow, we heard last week, he has a single out, Basketball 2024.
Right.
Some people would beg to differ about what is hip hop and what is rap these days, but it all evolved from where, like Jokey said, it's creativity unleashed, and even though we don't like it, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Like Tyler the Creator. I'm not really a fan of his lyrics, but his technical aspect and his music making ability is astounding for someone like his generation. Another one, Kendrick Lamar. I mean, I love Kendrick Lamar. I love his messages. I mean, sometimes, a little bit too much for me because, of course, I'm from the other generation. But I think that those, how many did he get? 6?
What nominations?
I was trying to fact check. He's got mad nominations, y'all.
But his album's still number one. I mean, his song's still number one, right?
Still number one.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, verily so, he's going to sweep it again this year.
Yeah, most likely.
You don't have the heavy hitters in there. I saw a lot of new names, and maybe they're just new to me because I don't listen to current music like that. But Kendrick Lamar is a notable name, and I believe he's going to take a lot of awards home.
Yeah, he had the longest reigning number one song.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but I'm with you on that. But I do believe that hip hop is becoming a mature sound, a mature audience sound. You know what I'm saying? I think the nostalgia, like they want to call it boom bap now or whatever, but the nostalgia of it can't be replaced. That was a moment in time that we had expression and artistry, and we were able to bring out the talents in our community.
Yeah, absolutely. Can I ask y'all a question?
Sure.
How do you feel about trap rap being considered hip hop? Because a lot of people do. The lyricism that exists in it, in my opinion, definitely defines hip hop. But like Jokey said, boom bap, that's actually a rhythm. That's actually a sound tap out that you produce that most original hip hop music is indicative of. Does trap rap or even the what's it called? Death March? What's it called? No, that's a Star Wars theme, a Star Wars song. But what is it called? The
New
drill? York style. Yeah, that's it. Drill music.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm about to see where I'm going. But yeah, like trap rap, drill music. Do you think that really can be defined as hip hop?
I think it can. What happened? The difference between them and now, honestly, a lot of companies are not letting the artists be themselves. You have to copy more now. Like in the 90s, when we created this, we were able to come into our own entities and have our own styles. You had native tongues if you was conscious. You had Eric B. and Rakim if you was 5%er. You had the gangster rap. You had like Schoolie D and then you had
Right.
it's like you're forced. Like even the way they forcing all the women to rap a certain way. If you hear Megan Thee Stallion and Glorilla and a lot of it's kind of all the same Detroit trap, like don't with the lady. You know, it's a pace that they make you go in. They all have the same cadence and pace. You know what I'm saying? They don't let them, like Glorilla was like the first album I heard in a while where I could hear her, you know what I'm saying? Like substance, more like you put your own artistry into it, you know what I'm saying? Everybody else sounds like clones of each other.
Like Glorious, that's the name of the album.
Yeah.
Was a solid album.
Yeah, I like that album.
She really I want to feel like she took some tutelage from Yo Gotti and his crew or his camp and kind of started rhyming on beat, if that makes sense. Because if you heard earlier Glorilla music, it was like she was off beat or something. And honestly, you know, as a producer, all they had to do, I mean, they're making it on a computer, all they had to do was slider to match. But I don't know if that was on purpose.
I used to think she was all cadence. Like she has an incredible cadence and delivery.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I feel like her taking that gospel route a little bit and getting with certain mature, like being taken under the wing. I don't know if she went. I seen her got Kirk Franklin and even some of the more grown, like people took her under the wing. She was able to have a more mature sound to me.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. And same thing with Chris got Dr. Dre, so direction is not a problem. The tutelage and the mentor, like I put like a mentorship, like, you know, have the right people behind you to lead your direction.
And I really am proud of women like Glorilla and Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B, because what they're doing is utilizing their opportunity in music to go further. People might not know, but Megan Thee Stallion graduated from college in a healthcare administration degree, and she put her whole class to work.
That's right. And I'm gonna tell you something else that I like about them: the women empowerment. Like they all help each other out. They all got each other's back. They all put each other on tour. And this is why, like, not to go back in what you were saying before. This is why I say Kanye gets a lot of flack too, because unity. Like sometimes there's strength in unity. Like these days, people are feeling like the way the climate is now. And I'm not trying to offend anybody, but if God forbid we had this attitude back in the civil rights movement,
right?
Yeah,
we can't get on the bus. None of us.
Right.
None of us.
Or it wouldn't have worked. We in an era now where people they be like, I'm getting on the bus. I gotta go to work. You're my granny. You understand? We in that era now. Like, and that's the difference. We don't have the unity that we had. You know what I'm saying? That's what's defeating. A lot of people be like, oh, why is the climate like this? Because the unity is gone.
It is.
And that's a fact.
In every intersection of society, all the way up to the politics. I mean, I'm not going to get political. I'm just going to share this, and you feel free to expound on it next. But we got to have some better candidates. Solid candidates when I say that. I'm just saying, I'm not disregarding or discrediting Kamala Harris or anyone that ran or anything like that. And that could be presidential, gubernatorial, senatorial, any of them. We have to get some good leaders. I'm talking about solid leaders that you don't have to question their motive. Back in the 60s, you had Ralph Abernathy, Jesse Jackson. You had a slew of people who were preparing for greatness. Where are they at? You know, we can't just say, oh, where's Cory Booker? Or, and any of the other more popular individuals.
But why not? They say, "Where's Donald Trump?" You think Donald Trump's you understand? Like, I feel like
No,
it's to me, it's not about the candidate. It's about the mission. To me, it's about the mission. Because even if you watching the climate, we are the reason why I say we getting checkmated. This is like a chessboard, right?
Mm-hmm.
They are tampering with the electoral college. If you notice, even before the votes was coming in, did you see the electoral votes was almost by 100, even before?
Right.
So they already had the chessboard checkmated. Like, and who's picking? And now the bigger questions is going to have to be, how is the electoral college board? Who is electing? Because I don't remember electing any electoral college. Because people supposed to elect them. Who's electing these people? Who's putting these people there? How do you know they legit? Being that we have so many lawsuits against Trump with fake electorals, how do you know who's real and who's not?
Yeah.
Who's doing the fact? It seems like we lost this because the democracy is afraid of these people. Ever since January,
I live in a state that was very close. We're called a purple state. That was just very close, and all I can say is that things have got to be a little bit different if people expect for different types of leadership to come into play.
I don't think it's going to go back to how you used to have. I think that's going to be the same. Because if you look at the way, when have you seen somebody who the government like this? Now, what's to stop you from going in another term? Even in New York, Governor Cuomo gooned himself another term. They had to make up they had to get him out of there on a sexual allegation.
Right.
What's to stop Trump from saying, "I want to do another"? He's already saying that.
He can't do that. That's
why can't he?
That part.
Why can't he?
That's the part he's challenging.
Hail to the king. Hail to the king. That's what we at now. Hail to the king. Because everything, he put everybody in office, everybody besides Mr. Pillow. Mr. Pillow. I'm surprised Mr. Pillow don't have a seat in.
You know what, Jokey? Stop. That part. Just stop right there with Mr. Pillow.
I'm just saying, they gooning. Yeah, it's the goon. They gooning. It's like in the climate. Even if you look at the climate, it's aggressive.
I mean, winners get sprinkles. It's going to be aggressive. Yeah. It's going to be aggressive, and it's going to be what it's going to be for now. But, everybody's going to have to hunker down and do what they got to do and take care of themselves, take advantage of the benefits that the government does provide at this time before the changes are made. Yeah. And even once the changes are made, you're just going to have to, put yourself in a position where you don't have to deal with that aspect so much. Right. That's about all I can say. Go ahead, Veep.
So, gang, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it back into hip-hop. We're going to leave the politics alone. Because that's an easy topic, which there's nothing wrong with it. We have to talk about it, but we're here for the hip hop. So,
sir,
I actually recreated another this and that I wanted to share with y'all.
I would love
this. This will be same artist, different songs. Which one do you like best? Is how it is. So it's like a verse within the own artist itself.
Oh, okay.
So let's check out this and that.
I'm your idol, the highest title, numero uno. I'm not a Puerto Rican, but I'm speaking so that you know. And understand I got the gift of speech and it's a blessing. So listen to the lesson I preach. I talk sense condensed into the form of a poem. Full of knowledge from my toes to the top of my dome. I'm kinda young, but my tongue speaks maturity. I'm not a child, I don't need nothing for security. I get paid when my record is played, to put it short. I got it made, I got it made, I got it made. Think about it. I wanna rhyme, but then again I must wait for the approaching of a toy to introduce him to his fate, death. I always try to figure out why some MCs wanna battle me when they know they will not in the end. So I pretend you live in trifle. I'ma rope you up like a cowboy, stifle your throat with my microphone cord, cause I'm a lord of the rhyme. Some people say that they can never get bored, cause I'm exciting, pleasurable listening. I'm only trying to show you what your records keep on missing in. I'm only trying to help out your crew, and I know I must forgive you cause you don't know what you're doing. So sucker MCs, please think twice. Would you join the Navy if you didn't like the gravy and rice? Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it.
Two classics.
Absolutely.
Two classics. So, Jokey, did you like this, which was dang it, brain fart. Did you like the first one? Did you like the second one? Dang.
I like both. I like both, but the first one, that's what made Special Ed, and it's still to this day that he's known for that song.
Indeed. Same thing with you, Trita. You like the first one?
I mean, I like the first one because it was the landmark, but the beat for the second track was the one for me, so I'm going to take that.
Yeah, I agree, because the first track is how I did learn about Special Ed, but the second one, he just came with a whole new kind of flow with it. I was loving it, and that track was hitting. So that was a hard verse. That was a hard verse for sure.
Yeah,
man.
that is. I mean, Special Ed was one of my favorite. When he came out, I was like, why he never the longevity? I didn't never understand it. He had the talent to be a long-term legend. I didn't understand.
Yeah.
It.
Bad marketing, maybe.
I don't know.
Or management.
It's like he just quit. It's like he came and then he just dropped out off the earth. Remember, like we never knew why.
Disappeared.
Yeah. It's not because you didn't like him though, but everybody loved when he first came out. He was loved. Like everybody chased him around, and then you just never heard of him anymore.
Yeah, he just fell off.
It came out of nowhere. I don't know.
So I'm gonna go ahead and do our mid music. What I opted to do, especially with this show, is I always love to play old school jams because that's just me. I'm an old head. What can I say? But this one right here is, you know, this one right here is one of my favorite classics. This is Gangstar with Dewick featuring Nice and Smooth. So let's check it.
Like a pimp shows. Here's how it goes. I am a genius. I mean this. I shape this. You'll tape this. I'm kind of fiendish. You wish that you could come into my neighborhood. Meaning my mental state. Still I'm 5'8". crazy as I wanna be, cause I make it orderly. You could say I'm sort of the boss, so get lost. The brother who will make you change opinions. Dominions, I'm in them when it's time to kick fish from the heart. Cause I get a piece of the action. Feeling satisfaction from the street crowd reaction. Chumps pull guns when they feel afraid. Too late when they dip in the kick, they get sprayed. Lemonade was a popular drink and it still is. I get more props and stunts than Bruce Willis. A poet like Langston Hughes and can't lose when I cruise out on the expressway. Leaving the bodega, I say suave. Premier's got more beats than Bonds got hate. Clips I've inserted into my gun, so I can take the money, never have to run.
I left my Philly at home. Do you have another? I wanna get blunted, my brother. Now may I make a mark, then make a spark over this fat track? Or should I say dope beat? Subtract, delete all of the wick-wack that wanna be abstract, but they lack the new knack that's coming from way, way back. Ayo, Premier, please pass that Buddha sack. You heard we quit? No way, bullshit. I told you before, we come back with more hits. I provide right flavor, so you can sketch me. Do me a favor, don't try to catch me. Slightly ahead of the game, I'm not a lame. Ask him, he'll tell you the same. He knows my name, smooth. I drop jewels like paraphernalia. I'm infallible, not into failure. Like a rhinoceros, my speed is prosperous, and pure knowledge expands from my esophagus. I write in the night to bring truth to the light. My dialogue is my own, cause smooth beat will never bite. After the tour quits, I come back with more hits. After the tour quits, I come back with more hits. After the tour quits, I come back with more hits.
Classic.
Yeah. Put them on the map. That's what really put them on the map. Yeah, I remember they was an underground group until that record came out. That put them over the top.
Because it was
Indeed.
a party jam.
Yes, it was.
Guru
Rest in
was
peace
a
to
real
Guru, man.
serious dude. He was a real serious dude. He's one of my favorites, one of my influences when it comes to writing because of the monotone style.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if, rest in peace to Guru for sure. Could you imagine if his life didn't end so soon, what else he would have put out? Because to me, the dude was phenomenal. He was nice with it. And then the collaborations.
Yeah, but he fell out with Premier before he passed.
That's fine. That's fine. That's
Nah, that chemistry, it can't be replaced. See, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Common and Pete Rock album was fire, but I would love to hear another Pete Rock CL album.
I mean, honestly, the main ingredient can't be touched. I mean, Mecca and the Soul Brother is one thing, but main ingredient is a whole nother ball game.
That album was fire. I'm not gonna lie. Like Common did kill it. That is a dope album. It is.
You can't even listen to that song. You can't listen to that album unless it's in order.
And it's mixed very well. It's mastered, but the texture of it is it's perfect. It's a classic for real. That's a classic.
I would say that Guru would be a controversial voice out here in these streets. Him and Busta Rhymes would be back to back doing this in the streets.
Matter of fact, Busta's album supposed to come out on the 29th. Hopefully, I'm on it. Pray. I'm
so happy. I love Busta Rhymes. I saw him in person one time. He had everybody take a toast with him. He had them come out in the audience and give us alcohol. And toast with him. Cavassier, when he did that, he's like, everybody, and Spliff Star is always on his side. When I say that, that's some DBL down by law type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really want to believe that even when Spliff Star was dealing with his heart issues, that Busta didn't really perform as much as he did because he was really an arm,
Yeah, them two is tight. And Spliff is really like that. Spliff is crazy like that. Like he's really crazy like that. Like he's funny. Everywhere he go, he's gonna light up the room.
Yeah.
But if you remember that era in time, Nice and Smooth was on fire at that time too.
Absolutely.
They was
nice,
on
smooth,
fire.
funky.
Yeah.
Sometimes I rhyme slow, sometimes I rhyme quick. Oh
yeah.
man.
Yo, that record was crazy. Yeah.
Especially whenever it was like Fast Car was a sample. And it was amazing. It was really amazing. You wouldn't have thought that you could take that and flip it that way, especially in that point in time. Can I ask y'all a question? I always ask permission. Because you might be like, no, I ain't up for no questions. But no, my husband and I were talking earlier today, and we were talking about cadences and people who have similar cadences.
Right.
One of my favorite Redman tracks is Case Closed off the Muddy Waters album. I want to say it's the last track on the album. You do you know Case Closed? Do you know that jam?
That one I don't.
I don't know if you could put it up or anything like that, or a snippet. I don't know, but Case Closed is one of the. I mean, don't get me wrong. Whatever Man was a hit. The skits were impeccable. They're always the Superman Lover skits were impeccable, but that track was really one of the tracks, in my opinion, that showed his lyrical prowess on Muddy Waters. After There Is a Dark Side, There Is a Dark Side was one of my favorites too, just from beginning to end, all the way through.
Redman's one of my favorites.
Absolutely. So his cadence.
But who do you got top 5 cadence? You take Redman over Busta with cadence?
No, never.
Do you take Redman over DMX with cadence?
Ooh.
No.
DMX has his own kind of flavor though.
I think those are the top.
What I was gonna say was male and females who have similar cadences. We said that Queen Latifah and Treach had similar cadences. Redman and Rod Digga have similar cadences. Can you name like any rappers that are male and female that have similar cadences?
No. No, cadence. I think that's one thing. My top females with cadence. What's that MC name? Rough and Tough with the Afro puff. Hey, she had a
Lady of Rage.
Lady Rage had a dope cadence.
Yo-Yo had a dope cadence, but she kind of mimics MC Light a little bit if you listen to her.
Yeah. MC Light was super rough though. She was rough. Like she had to me MC Light number 1 in cadence to me. Like I put MC Light number 1 in cadence. Like cadence.
In her album, this album, have
it's
y'all
good.
heard one?
Yeah, I heard it's pretty good. Yeah.
Troy, it's amazing.
Yeah, I
it.
I heard that one song that she did that she released. It was pretty legit.
Yeah.
You got to listen to the album from beginning to end.
Very mature.
I'm one of those. Like, I want to be able to sit down and experience what it was that made them put this track list together. And the way she ran that track list was amazing.
The only criticism I have though, it's too much. It's like it's too mature. Like I wanted to like even when I listen to LL, her album and LL album, it's like Pete Rock did a great job of making me capture that moment back in time. Like I captured that same moment.
She's just not on that page no more.
Yeah, she's like real mature.
She's on a whole nother level. She's very spiritual, and you can hear it in her work. Kind of like when Rakim came out with the 18th letter, and we were anticipating old Rakim, but the 18th letter. If you got to listen to the 18th letter from the beginning.
I listen to it. Very deep, dude. Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
I just feel like it only appeals to a certain
audience.
Yeah, it's not
because only a certain amount of people can really understand where it's coming from. Because, like you said, coming from Muslim spirituality and 5% considerations, you know. Yeah, absolutely.
It's deep.
It is definitely for certain ears.
Yeah, excuse my phone.
Oh.
Somebody calling them.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's good. As a matter of fact, it's ironic that you guys actually bring up light because that was going to be my second this or that. So this right here, this is another tough one. So let's see what you think about these.
When you say you love me, it doesn't matter. It goes into my head as just chit chatter. You may think it's egotistical or just very free, but what you say, I take none of it seriously. And even if I did, I wouldn't tell you so. I'd let you pretend to read me, and then you'd know. Cause I hate when one attempts to analyze. In fact, I despise those who even try to look into my eyes to see what I am thinking. That dream is over, your yacht is sinking. I tell all of you, like I told all of them, what you say to me is just paper thin. Word. Cha-cha-cha to this Mardi Gras. I'm the dopest female that you've heard thus far. And I do get better, the voice gets wetter, nobody gets hurt
as long as you let her
do my thing with an 89 swing. The dopeness, alright, I guarantee delight to the hip-hop maniac, the uptown brainiac in full effect. MC Light is back and better than before, as if that was possible. My competition, you'll find them in the hospital. Visiting time, I think it's on a Sunday, but notice they only get one day to shine. The rest of the week is mine, and I'll blind you with the science that the others have yet to find. So come along and I'll lead you the right way. Just clap your hands to the words I say. Come on. Kick, kick, kick this one. Kick this one here for me.
DJ, listen.
Yeah.
You're wrong, bro.
I know I'm wrong. That was intentional. So Paper Thin was off of her debut album, and Cha 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 came on her second album after that, which was it looked like it was less than a year that the second one dropped, because the first one was 88, the second one was 89. So yeah. she was putting out them hits though. So what is it, Jokey? This or that?
I gotta say this again. Like, that's a classic. That's always, you could play that any time and everybody's going to get up. The second one was more of it was a sound at the time, because even like when brand new, they had that's when everybody's using the soul loops and stuff like that. So it was like if you play Paper Thin in any club, everybody's getting up. Everybody's getting up.
What about you, Sharita?
I like the classiness of that. I always liked
Cha Cha Cha. Yeah, that was the jam.
It was just, I mean, you always saw her in her kicks. You always saw her in her jeans.
Right.
Yeah, this is the first time you're seeing her with the trench coat and the dress pants and the gangster look. You know, I think that she, just like all other artists and groups, wanted to be taken seriously on the next project. I think I spoke about De La Soul is dead and how people really thought they were carrying daisies, but these guys, a couple of them from Brooklyn, and Mace wasn't playing. He said in an interview, guys used to try them all the time, and they would end up having to fight for their right to party, because people really thought that they was like, on some daisies for real. Like, yeah, they were. But at the same time, don't try me. So, right. You really was impressed to believe the MC Light was not playing on that second album.
Mm-hmm. And I love her growth. She always grew. You always seen her, like, she grew up. Like, you watched her grow up. Like, her music. Her and Latifah did kind of the same thing. They grew up in the music. You grew up with them.
Latifah.
Can I
speak of Latifah right quick?
By all means.
The way that she brought the queendom to our living rooms through the TV or to print and write on magazine, wearing the head adornments, like really on some like, hey, we are to be respected, and you're not gonna disrespect me. It was just amazing, that whole movement. The Black Rain album. Her first album was the Black Rain, another one that really kind of solidified her artistry and her message. And it was really important for me as a young Black woman to see that, especially in the South. People don't know the differences. I mean, of course, I'm not saying that the fight is not the same everywhere when it comes to us, but in the South particularly, us having a voice was important. And artists like her and Moni Love and then Lauryn Hill, even MC Light. But I'm talking about when they got to the socioeconomic things, and then the self-destruction movement and all of this. It was really important for us to have that kind of music and be able to relate in that way.
Native tongues, the native tongue movement. Very important. Black awareness, Black love for oneself, cultural awareness. That was important.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like my
I
cousins
love Pretty Latifah because she was able to put song and rap into. She made it work. She always pulled that off. Like a lot of people used to try to sing in their raps and couldn't pull it off. She always pulled it off.
Like Just Another Day is a perfect example of that.
One of my favorite songs from her.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, the one thing I love about all this music that we played, I remember where I was in my youth at that time. Because like Paper Thin, that was the song that was introduced to me about MC Light. And this was from my friend, we used to call him Rocky. Oh, no. It was Frenchie, his brother. Frenchie had introduced me to it because he was a New York head living in the Virgin Islands. And he goes, yo, you need to hear this girl named MC Light. So he paid Paper Thin. I was hooked. But what I really loved that never got enough love was 10% Diss. That was
fire.
What? That
fire. That was fire. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. 10% Diss. And I mean, she was always competing. She was always testing you.
She was fire. You can't say nobody didn't like everybody.
You couldn't touch her.
No, you couldn't touch her. And Paper Thin was so cold, you never heard they scratched. It took them 10 minutes to get into the record. They kept scratching. You remember how they used to? It took you 10 minutes to hear the songs. They kept scratching the beginning over and over. Remember that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it did. I'm trying to remember. I think the song with Gangstar that I was deep into was Mass Appeal. That was the song
that's one of my favorites.
Mass Appeal. Skills was like one of my.
Skills is nice too.
The way that Premier did that track. Skills. Drop the beat. I was like, it's amazing.
Gangstar was cold. That was a cold group. They was cold. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
One of my favorite tracks is Above the Clouds. You might not think that it was one of the illest ones, but he had a lot of hope in that track.
Step to my arena. That beat was bananas.
Yeah.
It's like I can't even wrap my mind around Premier's thought process when it comes to some of these tracks. Because even DeWick, if you break it down, you hear the drums, you hear the bass line. That's basically it. And then he's scratching. And they tan it up with the lyrics. So it's just like, wow.
Him and Pete Rock was two of the most influential. You gotta say him, Pete Rock, Dr. Dre was three of the most influential producers at that time. And I would say West Coast too. You have to put on. Oh my God, the Jerry Curls. What's his name?
You know what? NWA.
You mean Drake?
No, DJ Quick. DJ Quick. Like they had a sound that everybody used. They had a sound, even Battle Cat. So they had a sound everybody used. Like it was a blueprint.
Yeah.
Pete Rock was the king of jazz. When you had jazz in your beats and the SP12 and jazz in your hands down, Pete Rock was the 90s.
Let's not. I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
And this applies to you too, Veep. Let's not sleep on the Houston movement, but even before the South got popping,
Right.
because Ghetto Boys was around for a while.
Yeah,
They were.
I'm a Ghetto Boys fan.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Bushwick
Oh,
Bill.
No
God
doubt.
forgive me for not mentioning Scarface on Cadence.
Oh, word.
Scarface.
He's gotta be the one or two. Like he's up there. He's top three, 1, 2, or 3. Like he's up there.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
then
That'll be a
he
good battle. Him and Buster. Scarface and Buster Rhymes would be a fire version.
mm,
You don't think so?
I don't know if that's the same
he'll burn him.
league.
He gonna burn him down. Because
Yeah.
you remember Library of a Legend? That was
Yeah.
99 features. That was
Yeah.
99 features, Jokey.
Yeah, but they got two different. The reason why I said that because they would cater to each other.
I'm saying
Because
he wouldn't be able to sustain. He wouldn't be able to sustain the verses because he don't have that much music.
no, he don't have
I
as
mean,
much music as Buster.
lyrically,
Yeah.
he definitely is comparable. But I'm talking about in terms of longevity.
Mhm.
I'm talking about if you put 10 songs together,
Okay, 10 songs. Boom.
I would love to see it.
Okay.
Because they got so many highs and lows. Buster's all highs, and then Scarface will bring you home in the movie. Like that'll be the craziest.
Let's talk underground guys real quick. Are y'all
Okay.
familiar with Apollo Brown and Red Pill?
Yeah, Apollo Brown, one of my favorite producers.
And Black Milk? And
Yeah, Black Milk,
Odyssey?
one of my favorite. Yeah.
Ooh, ooh, Veep. If
I
you've
need
never
to tell you to
listened,
listen. Yeah.
That's the
Black
backpack
Milk.
movement. The backpack movement.
those
Yeah.
Midwest guys, right?
Okay.
But they wasn't really with Midwest. They was backpackers. They had that New York 90s sound on Smash. They wasn't making like country music, huh?
For sure. I said for
Yeah,
sure.
they was like, they sound like a New York. They all sound like New York dudes. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Black
they-
Milk is one. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Jokey.
No, I say, but all of them was fire though. I still like Apollo Brown. He's still active, isn't he? Doesn't he do
Yeah.
he's still active. Mhm.
Like Black Milk is too. Black Milk is. I
Mhm.
was about to say that Black Milk is one of those producers who actually raps. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? His. Oh gosh.
He
has
was
a
the
song
first
called-
Pharrell. He was the first Pharrell. Before he was the first Pharrell. Like I'm trying to experiment with different sounds and Mad Lib and all of them. Like Black Milk was doing that first. You ask me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Black Milk.
So the last few minutes, I'm not gonna delve into anything that's not related to hip hop. I wanna ask y'all, going forward into 2025, what do y'all want to see in hip hop, man? Oh, one more thing, real quick. Rest in peace to Twan Mack out of Milwaukee.
Yeah,
He is. I would say he's the godfather of the term contemporary adult
Oh,
contemporary
that's right.
hip hop.
That's right.
Mhm.
If you look him up, go to Instagram and just go check him out. I mean, he was in the midst of greatness, and he succumbed last week, and I want to say rest in peace to him.
No doubt.
Yeah. So, yeah, going into 2025, what y'all want to see?
I would love to hear some of the, I want to hear lyricism. We don't hear enough lyrics. We hear a lot of rah rah yah yah, but I want to hear people be breaking it down with what they're trying to say. And that's why I still appreciate Redman. He's still giving it to you bars. Man,
Did y'all? Oh my gosh.
I forgot that new one he just dropped.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Yo, that is
He has the total package though. He has lyrics, cadence, flow. He has that's why I say he's my favorite rapper. Not everybody
And
has
Ghostface
every.
Killer.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Ghostface Killer.
Yeah, I like No, Ghostface my favorite gangster rap. He's gangster.
He's my favorite woo guy. I love Method Man, but Ghostface Killer is my god, man. Supreme Clientele is my favorite. Fish Scale was awesome, but I'm saying Supreme Clientele is one of those that you actually, I'm gonna show you how the game goes. Like you really like get into the whole rhythm of the whole album as it plays from the beginning to the end.
They the godfathers. Him and Raekwon to me is the godfathers of street underground rap. They will all the street underground rappers worship them dudes. Like a lot of them patent themselves after, like
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? And then you have the upper echelon, which would be Nas, and you know.
Wow.
But
Mhm. Now, what about you, Sharita? That same question. What would you like to see what's coming in 2025 with hip hop?
I want to see hip hop come together with rap. I want the young ones to let the old ones teach them something.
Mm.
You know, I would like to see, it seems like a lot of these artists have come in and just made the money and stopped. Um, I don't, I remember when it was not just money making, it was a real movement. It was life. Hip hop was life for us. It made a difference in our lives. It made a difference with how we interacted with people. It was an icebreaker. From the flows to the beats to the clothes. I mean, it was amazing. Like, you think about the fads that have come and gone, tight Lee jeans, tight Jordache jeans, and then everything got baggy, and then it went back to the tight stuff, and now it's going baggy again. I remember when dudes wore patent leather shoes and vests and dress pants and dress shirts, and it was actually, I don't know, I guess reminiscent of how back in the 50s and 60s, people of color, just the society in general, but I'm saying, things that were hard to come by, really good clothing. Jeans were for the field and the farm. When you left the field or the farm, you went outside dressed to death. And I miss that part about hip hop. People just really like being proud. Being proud of the movement, proud of the culture, and embracing it, and allowing, educating about lyricism.
It was an actual culture. Now it's just a term. But you know what I really want to see? I want to see hip hop more unified. There's like 10 million subdivisions of hip hop now. It's so divided. You can trip hop, lo-fi, boom bap. It's like 10,000. It's so divided that nobody and that's why I think the audience is all over the place. That's why a unified, conscious front. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop is going to be this, whether it's going to be socially conscious, neo soul, cultural. It needs to have it's all over the place. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see.
There you go. Well, lady and gent, I'm going to go ahead and land the plane. But before I do, I'm going to let everybody know that you too can go to blastmusic247.com to register if you're an artist or an independent musician that would like some exposure. Break out your iPhone or your Samsung and go ahead and scan the QR code, and it'll send you straight to the website. That's blastmusic247.com. Fans are also welcome. We are changing the industry one artist at a time. All right, gang. Appreciate you guys coming in. I know we're a little short-staffed, but you know what? We always have something to talk about. That's the wonderful thing.
We love hip-hop.
Yes, yeah.
And, unfortunately, everything is kind of intertwined. That's just life. So we appreciate you coming to hang out with us. And I'm going to just say this, Jokey, stick around before we leave.
Okay.
Appreciate you. Anyway, thank you, everybody, for coming to the show. And make sure you check us out next week. Bring a friend. And just like Rakim says, it ain't where you're from, it's where you're at. So always keep it at the center. We love you guys. We will see you next week. Peace.
the jam in the center.